Is a Scrum Master a member of a development team? Well, they can be. There's nothing to stop you being a Scrum Master and a developer at the same time. They just need to be aware of which hat they're wearing. They're part of the Scrum team. They're part of the wider Scrum team. The only thing I would say is you don't want a Scrum Master to wear the same hat as a product owner, because they're designed in tension. One is there to make sure the team is safe and secure, and while a product owner is doing that, don't get me wrong, their emphasis is really on building the best product they can in as short a time as possible. So there is a bit of creative tension in there. But a Scrum Master can be a developer. I tried it. I was not very good at it. I'm not even going to pretend otherwise. What I found was you end up in this competing situation. In conversations, were they talking to John the developer or John the Scrum Master? And those two people had very, very different responsibilities and levels of authority. As a developer, I was one of the senior leads. I was experienced. I knew what I was doing. I knew how the system worked. And when I said things worked in a particular way, there was a reason I was saying that, and it was taken as gospel. That's great if you knew I was being the developer. But if I was being John the Scrum Master, suddenly all that's thrown in, because as a Scrum Master I don't have authority to tell the team what to do and how to do it. And that's not the role. The role is to sit there and say, okay, you want to achieve that. How do I create a space where you can do that and really excel, really show yourselves off to your best advantage? So I can't tell you how to solve a problem. For me, it became far too difficult to separate those two things. I mean, at one point I had two baseball caps. I got confused because I didn't know which baseball cap I had on, and I used to have to look at a cap that I was holding to make sure that it wasn't too complicated. So for me, there's nothing to stop you. If you think it'll work for you, give it a go. But as with everything, collect the data, look at the evidence. Is this creating the best space it can be? And if it's not, you need to make a decision. Am I a developer or am I a Scrum Master? If it is,
Right.
brilliant.